Good morning to all. Today I am here taking a lecture on data transmission and digital or analog signals. Okay, so in today class we are discussing about the digital and analog signals and different type of the noise those has to be created during the transmission time. So guys, I hope all of you it will be focus today's class, and please okay guys, now we will go first slide at today class, data transmission and signal. Okay, in today class we will cover some of these topic. First topic, the concept and terminology regarding the data transmission and the signals. Signals may be digital or maybe analog. Okay, and after that have to complete a signaling topic. Then we will discuss about the medium, like as a guided transmission medium or unguided transmission medium. Clear? And after that we will focus on the electromagnetic signals, frequencies, spectrum and bandwidth. Okay, and after that we will discuss about digital transmission. Clear guys? So all of these topic we will cover in a today class. I hope uh, all of you enjoy on today class. So now let's move to the next slide. Uh, in this slide, we are focusing on the what is a data transmission. So before the starting of the signal type, like as a digital signal, like as an analog signal, so why we use the all type of the signals in our data communication? We know very well all the electronics gadgets, all the machines have understand only the machine level language, like as a digital language means 0 or 1 format language. Okay guys? Okay, so in today's class we will cover all type of the concept. Those concepts are very necessary for the communication. Okay, so in this slide we will focus about the data transmission. Data transmission means whenever the sender, you have to send a data from one side to the another side with the help of the transmission medium, where the transmission medium may be guided or unguided mode. Guided transmission medium means whenever the user used to the physical path for transfer the data from one side to the another side, like as a twisted pair cable, like as a coaxial cable and fiber optics cable. What in case of the unguided transmission medium, this one is a different type, because here we have to transfer a message via the air. Clear guys? So now the signal, a signal is time domain and frequency domain concept, signal and data. So here the signal and data are two types, analog and digital data. And according to the signals, so here the types of the data transmission is also two types, analog and digital data transmission. And after that, a transmission impairment and attenuations, Nyquist signaling rate and channel capacities. All these the algorithm, Nyquist signaling rate, channel capacities. Okay, so we will discuss later all these topic in all incoming slide. Right now, Now we are coming, we are trying to understand about the signaling with the help of the diagram with the help of diagram, where we will discuss about the signaling and also the transmission, data transmission or transmission of data. So here in this diagram we have our two users, like this one is the sender and second one is the receiver side. Clear? So according to this diagram, here a source, like source means sender system, source system, those who want a transfer a packet or message in form of the signal via the transmission medium. So a transmission system which consists all type of the medium, like as a guided transmission medium means connection oriented medium, or unguided transmission medium means connection less transmission medium. So another end, a receiver is consist where is accept all type of the signals by the transmission medium and then decode the message, and again here receiver are generate acknowledgement and then again transfer the acknowledgement to receiver to sender side via the same path. So this whole structure or diagram which provide the help for understanding to the data transmission. Okay, so here some switching mode we are using here: packet switching, message switching, and circuit switching. Because we know very well, for the making effective data communication, we are required better switching methods. In case of the circuit switching, first of all we have to create a dedicated path before the communication in between the sender and receiver during the transmission time. Clear, guys? So for the making a better data transmission system, so first of all we are using a better switching mode is also. Another case, a local area network, LAN. Local area network, LAN. In case of the LAN, you have to use a physical cable for the data transmission from one computer to the another computer. So this was the concept of the local area network. Clear, guys? So now let's move to the next slide for understanding to all of the whole concept of the source system, destination system, and all type of the signaling. Clear? The concept and terminologies are used. A direct link means no intermediate device except amplifier or repeater. Direct link means, so now we will try to understand a direct link with the help of the diagram. So suppose that we have a two computer. This one is the one computer, this one is the another computer. Both computer, those who want a communication to each other, so here we are using in case of the direct link, we cannot use any intermediate computer in accept amplifier or repeater. Okay, whenever the both computer connect via the cable, it's maybe via the Wi-Fi without any third computer. any intermediate computer. So this type of the link is called is a direct link. Clear, guys? Okay. Now the next thing is a medium. The whole data transmission terminology are moved to rounded on medium. Which medium are used for the communication, like a guided transmission medium or unguided transmission medium? And we know very well what is the concept in behind of the guided transmission medium. So here the guided transmission medium is a twisted pair coaxial optical fiber, unguided air water vacuum. So all of these things is the example of the mediums, and now we are discussing about the transmission mode. So we have to use a three type of the mode for the transferring the data from one direction to another direction, like a simplex, half duplex and full duplex medium transmission mode. So in case of the simplex, we have to only accept a signal via the receiver side, via the sender side. We cannot applicable for editing a message during the transmission time, during the communication. So here the best example for the simplex mode is a television, because we know very well in case of the television, we all the viewers are only sitting for watching to the movies and any cricket match, but here our viewers not applicable is for changing or editing to the messages, editing to the movies, image and whatever. So this one is the drawback of the simplex. And this type of the communication, this type of the mode communication is called the simplex mode communication. And now second thing, in case of the half duplex communication, so here again we are using a one directional communication, but in this case a sender are applicable for transfer the message via the channel at a time. What if the receiver want a parallel communication? So here the receiver is not applicable, not permissible for the parallel communication, because in case of the half duplex communication we are using a single channel for the whole communication, right? So this one is the concept of the half duplex communication. The best example for the half duplex communication is the walkie-talkie. And the third and last transmission mode is a full duplex communication. So in case of the full duplex communication, the sender and receiver, both of them are applicable for the communicate and parallelly at a one time. That's why. Okay, now we are focusing about the some electromagnetic signals which are the used for the communication so in this page we are discussing about all the electromagnetic signals on behalf of the frequencies, on behalf of the spectrum and behalf of the bandwidth. So here a time domain concept, a continuous signals are various in smooth away over time, but in a case of the discrete signal a maintain a constant level then change to another constant level. Okay, continuous signal means here the signals are vary to very smooth mode from one side to the other side over the channel. But in a case of the discrete signal we have to maintain a level of the charge. Clear, guys? Okay, so this diagram is we will try to understand continuous signals by using this diagram for the discrete signal representation. Okay guys, now let's move to the next PPT. Periodic signals and aperiodic signals. Periodic signals means whenever any signals which follow a predefined or specific pattern during the transmission time, and the same pattern is also follow during the repetition of the signals. What in case of the aperiodic signals, a pattern not repeated over a time. क्लियर, ध्यान समझिएगा. इन केस ऑफ द पीरियोडिक सिग्नल्स, आपके सिग्नल का पैटर्न होगा वो रिपीट नहीं होगा. जिस पैटर्न को आपने फॉलो किया है वही पैटर्न आपका पीरियोडिक सिग्नल में आपका पैटर्न रिपीटेड होगा. जिस पैटर्न को फॉलो किया है वो पैटर्न आपका कंटिन्यू रिपीटेड होगा. But in case of the periodic signals times, a pattern not repeated over the time. Clear? Okay. So now we will try to understand our periodic signals with the help of the sine waves here. So periodic signals or sine waves here, these waves are represent to the sine waves. Okay. So this wave are basically used for the understand analog communication, because here the upper part of this waves, this one here, this upper part are represent to the positive voltage and this one is a negative voltage. Clear guys? Okay. So here the sine wave, a peak amplitude a maximum strength of the signal, frequency f, rate of change of signal, hertz, and cycle per second, period, time for one repetition, t equal to 1 by f. If you want to calculate a period once for the one cycle, if you want to calculate a one cycle period, then you have to follow the formula t equal to 1 by f. 1 by f. Okay guys, so by using this formula, you have to calculate a time or period of the one cycle per second. Okay. So in the next diagrams, represent to the square wave signals. This one is the square wave signal. This one is the square wave signals. So here the square wave signals also is follow the same concept according to the sine waves. Okay. Now next, in frequency domain concept. A frequency domain concept, here we will try to understand all the waves on behalf of the frequency domain. The electromagnetic signals usually made up of many frequencies component or sine waves can be shown in Fourier analysis that any signal is made up of component sine waves additions of frequencies. Components can plot frequency domain function. Okay, so with the help of this diagram here, this one is sine waves, and now in the second diagrams we are trying the waves on behalf of the frequencies. So here the wave frequencies, it will be vary. Clear guys? Okay. So हम लोग वेव्स को यहाँ पर फ्रीक्वेंसी के डोमेन के यहाँ पर हम उसको अंडरस्टैंड करने के ट्राई कर रहे हैं. ओके, डिपेंड करता है फ्रीक्वेंसी की रेंज पर. विच डिपेंड ऑन द रेंज ऑफ द फ्रीक्वेंसीज. ओके, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द साइन वेव्स, इट विल बी मोड और changing out. Okay, got it. Next thing is a frequency domain. A frequency domain, time domain function which represent by the st, frequency domain function is represented by the SF. So here, okay guys, so here in this graph, here in this graph we will try the time domain function, frequency domain function. So this one is represent to the time domain function, and this one is represent to the frequency domain function. Clear? So in this diagram we will try to understand the sine wave movement or electromagnetic waves movement on behalf of the time domain, here on behalf of the frequency domain. Clear guys? Okay. So spectrum means a range of frequency contained in signals. स्पेक्ट्रम का मीन्स क्या होता है? स्पेक्ट्रम का मतलब होता है कि जो भी सिग्नल की फ्रीक्वेंसीज है वो कितना सिग्नल को कंटेन कर रहा है उस रेंज को कवर करने के लिए, क्या रेंज है फ्रीक्वेंसीज की, सिग्नल्स की फ्रीक्वेंसीज की. स्पेक्ट्रम मीन्स रेंज ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसीज contained in signal. Absolute bandwidth, width of spectrum, effective bandwidth, narrow band of frequencies containing most of the energy. DC component of zero frequencies. Clear guys? Zeros frequencies. Okay. Here in this page we are discussing about our data rate, bandwidth and data transmission. What is the data rate? What is the meaning of the bandwidth? What is the meaning of the data transmission? Clear? So data rate and bandwidth means a flow of data from the sender side and a flow of data as a receiving on point of view of the receiver side. That is called the data rate. Okay. Next thing, bandwidth. Bandwidth is represent to the flow of the data's like as suppose that any channel bandwidth is 100 kbps. So we can say that in other words a bandwidth is directly proportional to the channel capacities. So here a data rate, data rate and bandwidth, any transmission system has a limited band of frequencies. A bandwidth is the limit, the data rate that can be carried. Data transmission based on the data's entities that convey meaning, analog, continuous value within some interval, that is sound, video, digital, discrete value that is text, integer, signal, electric, electromagnetic. Okay, electric or electromagnetic representation of data. Analog signals, continuously varying electromagnetic wave via various media such as a wire, fiber optics, space. Okay. Digital signal means we use two DC component. Transmission, communication of data by the propagation and processing of signals. because we have already discussed about all these things: digital signal transmission, signal analog, digital signal, data rate and bandwidth in a previous class. Okay, so now let's move in the next page. More on signal and data. In a communication system, data are propagated from one point to the another by meaning of electric signals. Usually use digital signals of digital data and analog signal for analog data transmission. Okay, basically analog signals are used for the covering to the long distance, because the frequency and the efficiencies of the analog signals is better than to the digital signal. Okay, so here analog signal carrying analog and digital. So here analog signal represent a data, this one minute. Analog signal represent data with continuously varying electromagnetic waves. So here the analog data like a voice, sound waves by the telephone, here the telephone, and again forward to the same analog signal by the telephone. Clear? Okay. In case of the digital data, here the binary voltage pulse, all the binary voltage pulse has to be passing on by the modem, and the modem is convert all the digital data to analog signal modulated on a carrier frequency. So this one is the conversion of analog to digital and digital to analog conversion. Okay, because here a telephone we are totally based on the analog communication, but the modem, the full form of the modem is also the modulator, because here the modem which are responsible for the conversion from analog to digital data and digital to analog data. Clear, guys? So I hope all of you understand very well what is the concept of the analog signals carrying on analog and digital data. Okay guys, now let's move. A digital signal carrying along analog and digital data. So here the digital signal means represent data with sequence of voltage pulse like 0 or 1. So here a codec, this one. So you have here the codec, this one. Codec are responsible for the analog signal to digital signal conversion. Okay, and digital data to digital data are passing on by the digital transmitter, because in your syllabus codec are there. Okay, so codec are basically used for the conversion purpose, analog to digital. Okay, codec characteristics like as a modem. Clear? So now let's move to the next page. Okay, analog and digital transmission. Analog and digital transmission. So here analog transmission means analog signals are transmitted without regard to the content in analog or digital data, attenuated over distance. Use amplifier to boost signals, also amplifier noise distort. Clear? So analog signals transmitted without regard to content may be analog or digital data, attenuated over distance. Use amplifier to boost signal, also amplifies noise distort. So this one is the analog and digital transmission concept. Okay guys, I hope all of you understand very well what is the concept of the analog and digital transmission, And what is the concept of the codec, where we use the codec are basically used for the conversion of analog signal to digital signal. Clear, guys? Okay. Now next thing, digital data transmission. In a digital data transmission, concerned with content integrity, the noise, attenuation, etc. Repeater use, repeater receive the signal, extract bit, pattern retransmission, distortion and overcome since noise is not amplified. So in case of the digital communication, digital transmission, a repeater which plays a very important role, because here the repeater which is basically used for the enhance the signaling capacity. Enhance the signaling capacity. Clear? So this one is the digital transmission. Basically, why we use the digital transmission? Because in today's scenarios, all the users basically use electronic gadgets, and if we are using electronic gadgets, then automatically you have to require digital data for the communication purpose. Okay, so this concept are the important regarding to this. Okay. Advantage of the digital transmission, digital technology, low cost LSI, BLSI technologies. Okay, this one, all of these are examples. Or data integrity. Data integrity means suppose that whenever the any sender you have to send data like is a hello, so and then the other side a receiver or accept a message or receive a message hi. That's why there is during the transmission something happened wrong, something wrong happened to wrong, because a sender is sent to the only the hello, but a receiver hi. So here in this process integrity is zero. Okay, the same concept are used in a signaling form, because here data integrity use a repeater rather than the amplifier longer distance while maintain the data integrity capacity. Okay, utilization. Okay, so in case of the signaling, suppose that a sender, those who are sitting in a Gwalior, and the receiver are sitting in a Delhi. So it may be possible a sender are sent to the data, but the data are transferred via the channel. But it may be possible after covering the 100 kilometers distance, then it may be the all the signals it's may very low capacity, low strength, they or very big. Then what happened, then the repeater are required for the enhance the capacity or amplify the signaling values. Okay, and the next terminology is capacity utilization. High bandwidth like link are economical, high degree of multiplexing easier with digital techniques, security and privacy. So here we are using an encryption concept. So encryption means whenever the sender are making a plain text to the ciphertext by using the some cryptography algorithm. So this whole process is called is a encryption. Encryption means a conversion in between the plain text to the ciphertext or any complex data. Ciphertext any complex data, because can treat analog and digital data similarly. Integration, that is a voice, video and digital data also. Okay, transmission impairment and attenuations. 1 minute. Transmission impairment. Okay, transmission impairment, attenuations. Transmission impairment, signal received may differ from signal transmitted. Okay, transmission impairment means signal received may differ from signal transmitted. That's why suppose that a sender send signals 100 kbps speed, but a receiver receive a different rate of speed. So that is called the transmission impairment. Analog degradation of signal qualities, digital bit errors caused by attenuation, distortion, delay distortion, the velocity. All these problems occur due to the attenuation and attenuation distortion. Delay distortion means the velocity of the propagation of the signal through the guided medium varies with frequencies. Clear? Okay. Noise. So here a noise, a transmission attenuation. Okay. Signal strength falls with the distance depend on the medium. That's true because all the signals capacity, all the signals characteristics, it will be affected by the due to the transmission medium, or it may be possible longest distance. Okay. So signals may be lost by the noise creation is also. Okay. So here the next terms is the received signal strength must be enough to be detected, must be sufficiently higher than the noise to be received without error. Clear? Okay. Next thing is noise, additional signal inserted between transmitter and receiver. Okay. Next noise is a thermal noise. So in case of the thermal noise, due to the thermal agitations of electrons uniformly distributed across the frequency spectrum. Okay. Thermal noise कैसे create होता है? Due to some thermal aggregations of electrons. Okay. इलेक्ट्रॉन के थर्मल एग्रीगेशन की वजह से ये थर्मल नॉइज क्रिएट होता है. यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड अक्रॉस द फ्रीक्वेंसी स्पेक्ट्रम. ओके. रिफर एज ए वाइट नॉइज. ओके. अगर कंटिन्यूसली नॉइज क्रिएट हो रहा है तो इस टाइप के नॉइज को हम क्या बोलते हैं? वाइट नॉइज. ओके. इंटरमॉड्यूलेशन सिग्नल्स दैट आर सम डिफरेंस ऑफ ओरिजिनल फ्रीक्वेंसी टू रिसीव फ्रीक्वेंसीज. ओके. Next thing, signal sharing and medium. Signal sharing and medium. So here the signal from one line is picked up by another due to the electrical coupling between nearby twisted pair, etc. Twisted pair, etc. Okay. Impulse of short duration, high amplitude. Short duration, high amplitude. Crosstalk. What is the crosstalk? Crosstalk means a signal from one link is picked by another. Okay. Like as a hacking of data. So here this is a signaling hacking. Okay. Because here the sender A who want to communicate to the receiver B. So but here the during the transmission time and third party C which hack all the signals or cross over all the signals. Okay. So this type of the problem is called as a crosstalk. Okay. Impulse, short duration and high amplitude, irregular pulses, spikes, that is external electromagnetic interference. Okay. And the Nyquist signal rate and channel capacities. Channel capacities are maximum rate at which data can be transmitted over path of channel under given condition. Channel capacity basically depend on the bandwidth. Okay. And the channel capacity, in other words, we can say that the maximum capacity for the transferring the data via the channel. That is called the channel capacity. Data rate it should be in bps, bit per second, kbps and byte per second at which data can be communicated. Bandwidth of the transmitted signal is constrained by the transmitter and medium in the hertz. Okay. And here the Nyquist signaling rate, the faster rate at which pulse can be transmitted into the channels refer digital communications. For binary signaling R equal to 2 capital B's. This one is the pulse upon second, pulse by second. For multi-level signaling, R equal to 2 capital B log base 2m pulse by second. This one is the formula for the calculating the multi-level signaling values. In case of the channel capacities, a maximum achievable bit rate at which a reliable communication is possible over a channel of bandwidth V and V of a given SNR. So here for the finding of the channel capacities, we have formulas. In case of the channel capacities, capital C equal to capital V log base 2 inside of the bracket 1 plus SNR. Okay. So guys, in today's class we have to cover all type of the signaling concept and all type of the data transmission and transmission mode, transmission medias, okay, Shannon capacity, Nyquist capacity. Okay, so on today's class assignment is that this one is the assignment. This one is the assignment. 1 minute. This one is the assignment for all the student. So the first question is that distinguish between data and signals. What is the difference in or distinguish? What is the on behalf of the characteristics? Distinguish between data and signal. This means the first questions for all students. A second question for all: what do you mean by a periodic signals, and what are the 3 parameters that characterize it? Listen carefully. Second time: what do you mean by a periodic signals, and what are the 3 parameters that characterize it? Clear? This is a very important questions. Okay, so in this questions all of you are use periodic signals diagram is also okay for understand the concept of the signaling. Clear? So thank you very much for all the students for watching today's video. Thanks to all. Thank you.